There is a quiet revolution that begins not in the streets, not in the systems of society, but within the hidden corners of the human mind. A revolution without banners, without leaders, without ideologies. Jiddu Krishnamurti invites us into that revolution, a journey where freedom is not something granted by others or achieved through struggle, but revealed when we dare to look within. Before life taught you who to be, before voices shaped your identity, there was a space of possibility. And this video is about returning to that space, not by going backward, but by seeing clearly. Most of us live inside the known, the familiar world of habits, memories, fears, traditions, opinions, beliefs handed down before we could even speak. We walk as though life were a path already mapped, merely trying to follow the signs. But the known is not simply memory. It is comfort that quietly imprisons. To truly live, Krishnamurti says, one must learn how to die to yesterday, to meet each moment without the weight of what came before. When you cling to the known, you trade the vast mystery of existence for the small safety of repetition. Human beings are astonishing creatures of habit. We repeat what hurts us. We cling to what limits us. We defend ideas that make us miserable. And rarely do we ask, who is the one behind these patterns? When we look at our lives, we discover that we are mostly reacting. Someone insults us, and anger rises. Someone praises us, and pride swells. A memory appears, and we relive it without choice. True freedom, Krishnamurti says, begins where reaction ends. To observe yourself without judgment is the first breath of liberation. Society teaches us that freedom is external. We are told we will be free when we succeed, when we have enough money, when others respect us, when the world finally calms down. And so we wait. Many people spend decades waiting for life to begin. But freedom is not something you earn like a salary. It is discovered the moment you stop running. You can sit in silence right now, and if you are present enough, you can taste it. A timeless space beneath thoughts, untouched by past or future. That is the doorway Krishnamurti points to. Look at desire. It burns inside all of us. The wish to become more, to improve, to be admired, to chase a better version of ourselves. Desire is seductive. It whispers that fulfillment is always one step ahead. But desire also ensures that peace always stays one step ahead. When you live in desire, you live in constant becoming. You never arrive. What if instead you simply were? Not perfect, not improved, just fully here, awake, aware. Most people avoid this question because if there is nothing left to chase, they fear reality might be empty. But the truth is the opposite. When chasing stops, life begins. The past lives inside us like a shadow. Every hurt, every disappointment, every heartbreak leaves a trace. We carry stories that shape how we see ourselves. Unworthy, broken, incapable, too late, too far gone. But the past has no actual existence. It survives only because you continue to feed it. Krishnamurti says that remembering is natural, but living from memory is bondage. The mind is a storyteller, constantly replaying scenes. But you are not the story. Freedom feels impossible only when we mistake memory for identity. Think about fear. It is universal. Not the primal fear of physical danger, but the psychological fear of failure, rejection, loneliness, insignificance. These fears shape our choices far more than we admit. We accept jobs we do not love, remain in relationships that no longer nourish us, silence our truth, because fear whispers. Without this, you are nothing. Fear thrives when it is not seen. But the moment you observe fear without trying to fight it, escape it, or justify it, something miraculous happens. It loses power. Seeing the fact is the transformation. The mind loves certainty. It wants guarantees before it risks living. But certainty is an illusion. The future is unknowable, and yet we plan our lives as if the script were already written. This obsession with safety keeps us from possibility. Freedom from the known means stepping into life without demanding a map. It means trusting a deeper intelligence, not the intellect, but the quiet awareness within you that has always been watching. Living is not a rehearsal. It is a continuous unfolding, and you can only experience it when you stop insisting on control. We think, but most thoughts are repetitions, patterns installed by culture, family, religion, school. We have inherited opinions the way we inherit last names, and we defend them as if defending our very existence. But if a belief is simply an echo, is it really yours? People cling to beliefs because beliefs offer comfort. They provide identity, but identity is a mask, not a home. Krishnamurti asks us to examine everything, not to reject, not to accept, but simply to see. The moment you see a belief clearly without fear, it dissolves like mist under sunlight. Loneliness is one of the deepest human wounds. Even surrounded by others, we often feel unseen. Why? Because connection requires presence, and most relationships are merely interactions between two conditioned minds. We meet others through the filter of our past. We project expectations, hopes, fears, and then wonder why love feels heavy. Real love, Krishnamurti says, is born only when the mind is free, when you are no longer demanding, comparing, controlling, or fearing. Love appears naturally. Love is not acquired. It is revealed when the obstacles are gone. To observe yourself is not to judge yourself. Judgment is old. Judgment comes from the known, from the standards you were taught. Observation is fresh. It is a childlike curiosity toward your inner world. When a thought arises, I'm not good enough, I need to prove something, I must protect myself, try simply watching it. Don't change it, don't chase it, don't resist it. In that moment, the observer and the observed become one, and in that unity, thought begins to quiet. Peace is not something you achieve. Peace is what remains when the storm calms. Silence is terrifying to many people. In silence, distractions fade and we meet ourselves. But this meeting is the doorway to transformation. Sit quietly for a moment. Listen to your breath. Feel the body. Notice the mind. This simple act, without effort, without technique, is meditation. Krishnamurti taught that meditation is not repetition of mantras or control of thought. Meditation is the art of seeing. When you see clearly, action begins from truth, not conditioning. Meditation is freedom in motion. Look at how society shapes us. From childhood, we are rewarded for obedience. We are taught what to think, not how to think. We learn competition as a way of life, to get ahead, to win, to outdo others. But competition breeds comparison, and comparison breeds misery. The world pushes us to become someone, yet no one asks whether the self we are trying to build is even real. Freedom means questioning the entire system, not with rebellion, but with intelligence. If you see the cage, you are already halfway free. Many people ask, if I let go of everything I know, won't life become empty? But emptiness is only frightening when you have never tasted its sweetness. In emptiness, there is space. Space for creativity, for love, for joy, for being. The known fills us with noise. Silence opens a window. Freedom from the known is not about discarding technology. It is about no longer being possessed by it. Knowledge is useful, but identity based on technology becomes a burden. You can use knowledge like a tool without letting it define you. Time is another illusion that governs us. We divide life into past, present, future, but only the present is real. The past is memory. The future is imagination. Yet most of us live only in these two ghosts. We say, one day I will change. But change is possible only now. Waiting is another escape. When you observe yourself honestly, change happens instantly. Not gradually, not someday, now. True transformation is not a process, it is an insight. What about suffering? Pain is part of the human condition. Loss, disappointment, grief, they come to everyone. But suffering is the mind's continuation of pain. When you resist what is, you suffer. When you allow what is, pain moves through you like water. Krishnamurti suggests that suffering becomes a teacher when you do not escape it. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this showing me?" In that openness, wounds become wisdom. Not forced wisdom, but natural understanding. Most spiritual teachings offer authority, gurus, leaders, doctrines, rules. Krishnamurti rejected all of them. He said, "Truth is a pathless land. No one can lead you to yourself. Authority breeds dependency, and dependency breeds fear. When you stop searching for answers in others, you discover a shocking realization. You already knew. Deep down, beneath the noise, you have always known. Freedom is remembering this. The world is full of noise, social media, entertainment, endless news, constant stimulation. We numb ourselves so we never have to sit in stillness. But numbness is not peace. It is avoidance. And what we avoid always returns. The invitation is not to renounce life, but to participate consciously. Eat, love, work, play, but do so awake. Awareness transforms ordinary life into sacred life. You do not need rituals. Awareness itself is the sacred. Imagine waking up tomorrow with no memory of who you think you are. No labels, no past, no expectations. You would meet life with curiosity. You would see others not as characters in your story, but as miracles in their own. This is not fantasy. It is how life is meant to be lived. The known is a story. Freedom is experience. You can return to experience anytime, simply by being here. Some people think freedom means doing whatever you want, but that is merely impulse. True freedom is when you are no longer driven by fear or desire. When your actions come from clarity, not compulsion. A free person is not loud. A free person is not rebellious. A free person is simple, because simplicity is the natural result of understanding. When the mind is still, life becomes effortless. We often ask, how do I practice this? What steps must I follow? But any method implies time, and time implies becoming. You are not trying to become free. You are seeing that you already are, except for the stories layered on top. So there is no method. There is only observation. Watch your mind. Watch your emotions. Watch your reactions. Not with control, but with curiosity. Awareness is the catalyst. As you walk through life, remember this. Every moment is a mirror. People show you what you cling to. Circumstances show you what you fear. Challenges show you where you are asleep. If you observe without resistance, life itself becomes your teacher. Freedom is not found in libraries or temples. It is found in how you relate to this very breath. When you see that nothing is yours to hold, everything becomes a gift. Relationships stop being contracts. Work stops being a burden. Time stops being a race. You begin to live lightly. And this lightness is the greatest power. Krishnamurti once said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Freedom from the known means daring to live by your own clarity, even if the world does not understand. In the end, this journey is not philosophical. It is personal. It is not intellectual. It is experiential. You can hear these words and forget them tomorrow, or you can let them be a spark that makes you pause before reacting, a spark that reminds you that you are not your thoughts, a spark that leads you back to silence, and in that silence you will meet yourself. So take a breath, feel the air move in and out, notice the life breathing you. You are not separate from existence. You are existence. And the known is just a veil. Let it fall. Freedom is not a destination. It is what you are when there is nothing left to defend. And maybe the greatest discovery is not in what we've uncovered so far, but in everything still waiting to be seen. What if the life you've always wanted is just one insight away, one shift of awareness, one choice you haven't yet made? The journey does not end here. This is only the beginning. If you're ready to keep unlocking who you truly are, if you want a mind that feels lighter, days that feel calmer, and a life that unfolds without constant struggle, then don't walk away now. Stay. Hit subscribe, join this community, and step with us into a world where life becomes simpler, softer, and astonishingly easier. The secret to an easy life is a secret only until you decide to learn it.